Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Friday. Just getting in some good H2O before we switch to our Friday drink. It's Beer Friday. Yes. So, got a couple of new HG kits on deck paired with a lovely IPA. What could go wrong? What could be better, I guess. Anyway, so how are you guys doing today? It's Friday and just building some Gunpla. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Hope that you guys are excited to check out these kits. I know if you guys are, if you guys have pre-ordered this kit, you may or may not have it yet, depending on where you pre-ordered it from. So as always is the case, I guess not always, as typically is the case, I got these kits sent over directly from Japan. So these are not a part of the USA Gundam Store supply. I know every time when I show off kits that I get in before we get in here at USA Gundam Store, people comment like, "Oh, I pre-ordered, where's my kit? How come you got yours first?" It's not that I got mine before you guys got any of yours. If you pre-ordered from USA Gundam Store, but I believe that they are on the way. So I think that they are probably about 2 weeks out from what I heard earlier today. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what it sounds like, something around there. So if you did pre-order from USA Gundam Store, they're on the way, and you'll have them soon enough. But hopefully in the meantime, the live build and the review for these will hold you guys over for the time being. They both look like cool kits, so I'm looking forward to checking them out. Just to say hello, what's up to some of you guys here. Bangfish, Shin, Jeremy, what's going on, guys? Jiku, what's going on? Asking, are we doing the stickers or not? Good question. I'm not going to do all the stickers, especially on the Rising Freedom. On the Justice, I probably will do all the stickers on that. On the Freedom, I want to do I'll probably just put on the eyes and the head camera stickers, and the majority of the stickers I want to leave off for right now, just because I want to show in the review, I want to show what it looks like without all the stickers on it, and then show it with all the stickers, just so that you guys can see in the review what it looks like, with or without. If you are really don't like putting a ton of stickers, because yeah, if you guys have not seen, just might as well get this out and get everything all set up. Yeah, this is the sticker sheet for the Rising Freedom Gundam. So yeah, it's a lot. And so if you're really anti putting stickers on your kits, I'm just gonna do just these ones up here for the eyes and the head camera, the normal HG camera stickers. And all the rest of these I'm gonna leave off for right now, just so I can show you guys how it looks in the review. But so let's get started. I guess I don't need that right now then. Oh, well, I will need it for the head anyway, which is actually, I think, the first part that we're going to build. So actually, I'm going to use the sticker sheet here. How are you guys all doing? Christian, happy weekend. Yeah, not quite yet the weekend, but close enough. It's Friday afternoon. It's about as close as the weekend we can get before actually kicking the weekend off. HG Gusha and Rebake has at least double the sticker. Yeah, there was some HG... there was a lot of HG IBO kits that had a pretty fair amount of stickers too. So good morning, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, Loser Gamer. It's warm in here, I will say, so it's a good thing this beer is cold. It is warm in here today. It's been kind of cold. It is February after all, but here in Florida, it's not exactly very cold. It's been kind of chilly-ish, sort of, recently, but today it warmed up quite a bit. It's hot today. Jonathan said the majority of the stickers are on the wings and weapons. Yes, that's true as far as I know. But just from what I can deduce looking at this, it's somewhat recognizable. I can tell pretty much right where they're going to go. Others not so much, so we shall see. And yeah, there was also another part right here. I'm actually going to have to do a little clean up on here. I might need to grab my nippers too, which are right over there. This little red piece on the head, just to make sure it didn't get lost or anything. I didn't completely cut it off the runner, sort of. I left a piece of the runner stuck on it just so that it But you guys think on that new version of the Strike Freedom that's coming out, the one that has like the katana sword. It has a gimmick where the red jewel on the head opens up, and I guess it's supposed to be like a beam cannon there on like the middle of the forehead. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. I'm not a big fan from what we've seen of it thus far. I don't know. My mind might change. Maybe seeing it in action or seeing it on the kit, but it's kind of goofy. But then again, I mean, if you've got all the beam spam, then, you know, why not min-max your beam spam, I guess. So there we go. Just finished a little bit of cleanup on that little part there. No fan of correction stickers anyways. Yeah, I don't mind them. I mean, like, on like a finished build, like a quote-unquote finished build, like a painted build, I wouldn't use them. I've actually used like camera stickers on a couple of finished builds before. But yeah, typically, I mean, of course, I don't really use them on finished builds, but I don't mind putting them on just for the review. Just for review purposes, I figure like it's a part of the kit. And so the reviews are meant to show off what the kit is going to look like directly out of the box. And I feel like using the stickers is kind of a part of the way that the kit is like supposed to be built. So, and I'm doing a lot of air quoting here, but using the stickers is kind of just like a part of the kit. So I usually use all or most of them generally for doing reviews, but yeah, I mean, they're fine. I'm not one of those people who's like, I've seen people do like review videos or other just like commentary anyway, just kind of making such a big show about like, oh, I'm gonna open up my box, here's the sticker sheet, and then whoosh, get a shot of me throwing the sticker sheet in the trash or something like that. It's just kind of stupid. I'm not that kind of like anti-sticker person. Stickers serve a purpose, and sometimes they are quite useful. Like I said, especially for like head cameras, like teeny little head cameras like this. Even if you're going to go through the effort of like doing like a fully painted build, I mean, those head camera stickers can look good. I think so. Yeah, you don't have to use them. You're not legally required to use them. But in some cases, at least for these little tiny guys here, might as well use those, right? I don't know. Whatever. Or not. It's your prerogative. But there is one more sticker. So let me make sure I got them all. Okay, yeah, it does go on the back here. So let's see. That goes there. This little part goes right here. And this one here. All right. So, how are you guys all doing today? Let's see. Loser said, I don't really watch Seed, but do we have a Mono Eye mobile suit that has been piloted by the antagonist? Yeah, I would imagine so, right? I'm sure it's a quite specific question. I don't know. I'm sure there are, yeah. Mono Eye mobile suits piloted by the antagonist. I don't know. Like the Jin and other different similar mobile suits. The Destroy Gundam is no, that's not a Mono Eye, is it? The Destroy Gundam, the HG that we've got on the way. I keep forgetting that that's coming, but yeah, that's coming, and that's going to be a big boy. What's the MSRP on that one? I forget. It's like around 10,000. Something like that. It's quite a lot. 10,000 yen. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Something else about something, but I also took the pleasure of. Let's see, this is gonna be tough getting this teeny little red piece in here. But I removed the safety flags on the V-fin parts here as well, just to make it look that much better. That is certainly something I'm all in favor of. You know, it's a kind of Gunpla is freedom, as they say, right? So, do whatever you want, but, and especially when it comes to stickers, like I said, I'm very much, stickers can look good. If you want to use stickers, stickers. When it comes to the V-fin, though, you better be removing that safety flag, because if you leave that safety flag on the V-fin, then just don't even talk to me. Okay, so there's the head. Very cool. You can tell with like some of Bandai's recent HG releases, they're just like maxing out the part separation on these HG heads, that sometimes the HGs have like more parts in the head than some master grades. Anyway, looks really good there with that separation of like that light gray around on the faceplate there. We've got 2 head cameras on the front and 2 on the back. The typical one there, and then one like right on the back there, sort of like a top of the head camera, which is certainly unique. I don't know if you've ever seen that before on any other design. So very cool. All right, let's move on. Data Mouth with the super chat there. Thank you so much. Thank you. He said currently working on a frame arms Hector Joyuse at the moment. It's a wicked kit, nice to work and watch at the same time. Is that the black version of the Hector Durandal? I think so, right? It just, instead of just like the one cannon, it has the 2 cannons. I think that's the kit you're talking about, right? I believe so. It was a cool kit. If it is, yeah, I built and reviewed the Hector Durandal, which is the white version, and yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, Geek Eric, hey, what's going on? A good point there as well about the minimal seam lines. Yes, on recent HG kits, not always. I mean, like you'll still get some kits with some nasty seam lines from time to time, but yes, especially with these, some other new ones as of late, yeah, it definitely seems like they're getting pretty good about trying to their best anyway to design them without seam lines. Also having parts like this. I was actually, while working on these parts, let me make an interesting comment on these parts for you guys. So while I was working on these parts yesterday, this one, and this is for the thigh, and then there's this piece for the upper arm as well. So it's really cool that these parts, and this is not new to this kit, Bandai has been doing this on some other different HGs for a little while now. So it's cool that it's one single piece for the upper arm, and in this case for the thigh, a single piece, so you don't have to worry about a seam line. But if you can see, there's a panel line detail there. I kind of wonder if, like, when the Gundam is designed, like when the illustration is made for the Gundam, the designer, who in this case I think was Okawara, right? But I kind of wonder if the designer made that panel line there just in case, so that when it came to like designing the actual model kit, if they need to make this as 2 pieces instead of 1, which was, generally how it always was in the past. Now, recently, they're doing it less often, but I wonder if putting that panel line detail there is just a way for to make it easier on the kit designers later when they have to translate the model kit, or when they have to translate the illustration into a model kit. They've got the seam line there. Am I like moving around too much? It's like really shaking the camera. Sorry about that, guys, but you get what I'm saying. I wonder if that's intentional for the reasons that I just described. I wonder. Anyway, so yeah, Datamouth said that, yeah, it's the black with the red accents, 2 cannons. Yeah, it's a cool kit. I really liked that one, definitely. Frame arms, I mean, I typically like frame arms kits, although I will admit that they're not always like of the best like build quality. For someone, if you just like typically enjoy like Bandai Gunpla, you're used to like this, you're used to a very high level of quality in your kits. And it's not like the frame arms kits are low quality. It's just like they're going to be a little bit more loose. So like you might need to glue a few parts here and there. They're going to be a little bit more closer to like a traditional model kit. So that's like, I understand why they're not for everyone for that reason. But yeah, that was definitely a really nice one, the Hector kit. So I liked it a lot. Pretty solid, and it had some limitations in the articulation. As far as I can remember, it's been a little while now. It had some limitations in the articulation just because of the design, but it's a really good looking kit anyway. All right, so building the torso now, by the way. And let's see. Okay, so I'll make sure I'm not missing anything. I want to try to kind of move along at a decent pace here, but also make sure that I don't miss anything, right? And yeah, hi Zach, greeting from Netherlands. 2:15 now, 2015 now. I guess that's the time, which would be 8:15 p.m. in the Netherlands. Well, good evening. Happy Friday evening to you. What do you know? Do you know the next PG is? No, I don't know what the next PG is. And if I had to guess, I mean, I think like likely candidates for the next PG would maybe a new Gundam, or I really don't think that there's going to be any more PG Unleashed kits. I think the whole PG Unleashed thing was just a one-off, as in like they just made the PG Unleashed RX-78-2, and it's not going to be like a series of PG Unleashed, like Revan, for example, saying a PG Zaku Unleashed. That would be really cool. I wish that that was the case, but I don't expect that we're going to get a PG Unleashed Zaku 2, unfortunately. I would love if we would, but I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think probably the PG Unleashed was just a one-time thing, and we're not going to have any more. So my guess is that the next PG is just going to be either something like the new Gundam. I would love if it was a Sinanju to go along with the Unicorn. I don't think that that's going to happen, but it has been quite a long time since we've had any antagonist mobile suit in the Perfect Grade line, so I think that would be nice. And I think that that Bandai or someone at Bandai, or just kind of maybe even a majority of Bandai employees, I think, like, speaking of Bandai just as a whole, I think there's certainly a lot of love for the Shinanju there, because it's just such a great design. So I'm sure it's something that there's probably, you know, some people there. This part's kind of in there wrong. There's a little detail bit that's not in quite right. Hang on. I think there's probably a number of people there at Bandai who would be on board with making a PG Sinanju. But again, I don't think it's very likely. It's just kind of wishful thinking. It would be cool though. So there's this little like vent detail at the top of the chest, which didn't get quite perfectly lined up. So that's why I'm just kind of popping this out and seeing if I can get it right here. Yeah, no, it's still not quite right. I think I'm just gonna have to take off this chest piece entirely, unfortunately, because it's a pretty tight fit. So it's gonna be kind of tough here. What was it? Oh, speaking of ill-fitting chest pieces, I built the what was it? This guy. I haven't done the review yet, but I will next week on the 00 Diver Arc. This kit, really cool kit. This one again has like 14 pieces in the head. Super duper part separated head, which is really cool. But this white part on the chest is really loose. It like just comes right off, just slides off. Have you guys built this kit? Have you experienced the same thing? Have you seen other reviews where anybody else has talked about this? This white part, like there's a little peg that it plugs onto, and even like two little like square slots that it goes into too. And I thought like, oh, maybe I'm just not like pushing it on all the way, but I'm like full force pushing on there, and nope, just doesn't go in. Doesn't actually push in all the way. I don't know. So it kind of stays on there like well enough that it's not just like falling off, but it's not very secure. So have you guys also heard of that or experienced that with this kit? Let me know, because it'd be good to know if that is like a common well-known issue. Maybe I just haven't heard about it. The white part is a attack drone. Is that true? I feel like you're just yanking my chain. But yeah, maybe that's a well-known issue and I should make a note of it in the review, or it's just mine's kind of weird. Love the channel. Finally caught a live build. Hey Jay, what's going on? Glad you could catch a live build. What do you think of the Seed Freedom movie? I've not seen it, and I don't have any plans to see it. I'm not against seeing it. I just, even if I wanted to see it, I don't even know just offhand where I could see it. So I don't know. It's not a priority for me at the moment, but if I have a chance to see it, yeah, I'd like to. Okay, so that's interesting. That part that I was worried about the chest isn't like, it's not a part that could possibly move to be in the wrong position, so I don't know why it was like not looking right. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back on here, and it still looks like it's not in there right. It's weird. So it looks like it's like when I'm putting the blue part of the chest on here, it looks like it's like pushing on the gray part inside so that it's not looking correct. Let me zoom in and show you guys what I mean. So if you see right here, this gray little vent right there at the top, this side looks right in that it looks like it's like flush and fit in there. This one looks like it's like depressed in a little bit, like in the side. Maybe it's just the lighting in here, because I mean, just like rotating it, just kind of maybe just the way the lighting's hitting it. This one looks like it's not it doesn't like fill the space as well as the other side. I don't know. Something looks not quite right. Maybe it's just the lighting. I don't know. All right, fair enough. So there's our torso and head. It looks great though, I will say. It looks really nice so far. Let's continue on to the arms next. My friend had the same issue with it, Christian says. Hey Zach, when the Rosen Zulu gets reprinted, will they fix the colors? No. I don't believe so. That would be a first. Bandai. So I've heard about this from time to time. Some people mention it about how apparently they think that Bandai, you know, quote unquote, like fixes molding issues with like later prints of stuff. I don't think that they do that. They don't. Once they design a kit and they print it, they put it out. So long as it's not like, so long as there's no like error in the mold, they don't like go back and fix it later. They'll reprint it and they'll be just reprinting exact same colors, exact same mold. The only time I've ever heard of them refining a mold or like having to fix an issue was like, for example, like one notable one that I can remember was like with the HG Zeta Plus kit. There was like a defect in the part, like on like the crotch part, for example. So like, I don't know, I can't remember what they did. I think they probably like recalled all of the ones that were like still in the stores in Japan. But like for people that already had it, I can't remember. I think it was like you were able to get a replacement one or something at the time. Something like that anyway, but yeah, it just doesn't happen. I don't think so. Like, especially changing the color, even though it is like very much the wrong color for the Rosen Zulu. No, I wouldn't expect that Bandai's going to change it. Isn't there a different version from the Rosen Zulu with the correct colors? Yeah, the episode 7 version is in the correct colors, strangely. I think it's just that when they originally made the HG, like the regular version, they just didn't have the colors right for whatever reason. I don't know, and it just made it like that. And yeah, well, they waited later when they made the episode 7 version. And I do kind of wonder if the entire reason that they made it episode 7 version, whereas like maybe they just wouldn't have made it, or if they did, it would have been a P Bandai kit. But the reason, I think, like part of the reason why they made it and made it as a standard release is because of they got a lot of hate. They got a lot of backlash about the molded colors of the regular version. And generally, I don't think that Bandai really cares or pays attention too much to any kind of hate or blowback regarding issues with their kits, but sometimes they do. So like, for example, with the Senanju, like the Master Grade Senanju, the Verka, a lot of people had the issue where that peg broke in the hip section, so they fixed that for later versions. They made a new part, I should say. So like, if you still get the Senanju Verka, it's still going to have that. So that's like to my point I was just saying a minute ago, that they don't go back and fix their molds. So for the Senanju Verka, as far as I know, it's still made with the same bad hip joint part. But if you get the OVA version or any version of the Stein, it doesn't have that issue. So, yeah. Anyway. Nothing worse than a defective crotch. Yes, precisely. Yeah, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so any other future reprint of the Rosen Zulu is gonna still be molded in the same wrong colors. Yeah, I don't know what the reason for that was, but Guess I'll have to get into painting. Yeah. Or I mean, if you get the episode 7 version and the regular version, then you can use the parts from the episode 7 version, basically, and just kind of kit bash between the two to make a normal original version in the correct color scheme. I think that you can do that, if I remember correctly. Or just with the episode 7 version, you're able to build the regular original version. Either way, it's a really cool kit and an awesome design. So if you want to get one, I highly recommend it. Oh, that's not fun. Battery's exhausted. Well, we had that issue before, remember? Where I did have 2 options. Okay, let me fix the camera over here. I did have, where was that? And yeah, last time, wasn't it like that the batteries didn't work? I've got the spares here, and let's see if they'll work this time. Let's see. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Nope, it looks like it is. Okay. It's working. Thank goodness. It is warm in here. All right. Crisis averted. Have you watched the movie, Zach? Can we spoil it for you? You can spoil it. I don't know. Yeah, I have not watched it, but yeah, feel free to talk about it. I mean, like, I guess for the sake of other people, don't spoil anything. I don't care, but yeah, Goshen's saying no spoilers, please. So yeah, I guess for the sake of everybody else here, let's try to keep it spoiler free. Yeah, I don't know. It's not gonna bother me none, but I want to be respectful of everybody else in the chat there. So. All right, here's our forearm gauntlet part. Quite an interesting mix of parts here, like design features for this Gundam, isn't it? All right, there's the one arm. Easy. What movie? We're talking about the Seed Freedom movie. So it was. What was it? Sound of Freedom. Not that movie. The Seed Freedom movie. Oh my. Did I? Yeah, okay. I did remove the nubs for this part section, didn't I? But I completely missed this part somehow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, remember that? Like, what was that? A month ago or so? I guess it was probably about a month ago. And like, seemed like everyone you know, all your old friends from high school and your aunts and cousins and everyone was telling you how you need to see that. You need to watch The Sound of Freedom. Yeah. Good times. All right. Oh, it's out already. Yes, it is out already. How did you clean up all the nub marks? How did you use a hobby knife and sand it? Mostly it's just hobby knife for this. So yeah, when I'm just building just for reviews, most of the time I get by with just a hobby knife. So that can usually do the job for me. Let's see, I think that's that part is pointed down, isn't it? Okay. And typically don't have to do a lot of sanding, and I try to avoid sanding. Like usually I can do all the cleanup that I need to do with a knife, and it's enough to make the kit look good. It's not ready for paint. Like if I wanted to go and paint the kit, I would have to go back and do some more sanding, but just for the purposes of showing it off in a review, just using the knife is good enough. And if I need to sand something, I will. Just like if I'm cutting with the knife and I just like am a little too aggressive with it or something like that, or just kind of, I don't know. If I need to sand, I will. But sanding also, as you guys know, changes the finish a little bit. It'll give you like that kind of sanded look. And the point of showing the kit in the review is for me is I want to show it like as a good, clean build straight out of the box without anything else done on it, and don't want to show it with like sanding marks and stuff on it. So I try to avoid it as much as possible, sanding, if it's just for a review. But yeah, definitely there's plenty of sanding to be done. Otherwise, good afternoon. Totally, what is it? Totally a ploy. Thought it was gonna say totally a playa for a second there. I was gonna say, man, I'm feeling like it's 2004 over here. Is it on Netflix? No, it is not. It might be on Crunchyroll. Is it on Crunchyroll? Where can you watch the Seed Freedom movie, guys? Let Syntax there is wanting to know. Hasaki, what's going on? Good afternoon. What unreleased announced kit are you most excited for? Good question. Announced but unreleased. Let's see. Let me. Well, let's. I could just say I don't know, but I want to give you a good answer, so I'm gonna go. Let me see what I have on order. Let me refresh my memory what I have on order, and I'll tell you what I'm excited about. I guess there's since nothing's coming immediately to mind, I guess that tells you something, and I'm not super excited for anything, at least that I can think of at the moment. But let me see. Okay, that's not it. Hang on, it's just gonna take me a second here. I need to sign in to my account. Let's see, I want this one. I want to give you a good answer. It's just that, like, when you ask me questions like that, like on the fly, sometimes it's kind of difficult to think, to use the brain. So let's see. What am I looking forward to? There's a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Looking forward to the other. Checking out the Megalamaria series from Kotobukiya. The first one should be out. When is that supposed to be out? The Principal? I think it's out like this month or next month. Yeah, it's supposed to be out this month, so that should be out very soon. Just excited to see what that line's all about. Megalamaria series. What else? Here, excited for the new Nachin kit, which again is just a new variation of the Kotobukiya Nachin kit, but the new version that comes with the pilot and like the cockpit details inside, that one's gonna be cool too. The other HG Seed kits that are on the way do look cool. I'm looking forward to those. A lot of cool stuff. After just building the Gale Hound the other day, the Titanomakia Strato Hound will be nice when that comes out. Kind of just looking through some other different stuff that I've got on order here. Yeah. The Moderoid Razafan kit, of course. That looks awesome. After building the old Bandai Razafan kit and the very interesting experience, I mean, it's not a good kit at all. There's no way of trying to make that out like a good kit. It's not a bad kit. You know, it is what it is. It's an old kit. So you have your work cut out for you with a kit like that. But the new Moderoid Razafan kit, I'm sure, will be a great, great improvement. And I love the design. It's really cool. So it'll be nice to have a nice new model kit of the Razafan. I always thought that I felt that the Razafan was kind of I haven't watched it in a long time, but when I watched it, I remember thinking that, I don't know, it seemed sort of similar, like Evangelion in a way. I mean, not like the entirety of the series, and not like every episode was like a beat for beat retelling of Evangelion, but I don't know. I just had had the feeling that it just reminded me of Evangelion a little bit. So I mentioned that in that video. Someone said in the comments, like, it's nothing like Evangelion. Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know. I think it was just like the fact that, especially for the first couple of episodes, it's like every episode, like, here's a new angel you have to beat, and we beat the angel, and just kind of very episodic, fighting giant monsters with huge mecha, kind of, right? That's how Evangelion starts too. So I think that's why I always felt that it's kind of similar. And yeah, obviously, as the two series move along, you know, they diverge drastically in terms of how they move along, but at least for the beginning part, I always thought that it was kind of similar, like Eva. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me, or do you agree with that commenter? Those of you who have seen it, I'm sure there's maybe a lot of you who maybe have not seen it. I don't think it's really that popular of an anime. I don't know. Is it? Okay. I'm rewatching Evangelion at the moment. Nice. It would be a good one to just kind of rewatch from time to time, I think, right? Yeah. Because I'm sure it's one, like, I love it. It's one of my favorites, of course. But I'm sure it's like, at different points in your life, it's probably going to hit you a little bit differently. And I don't know, different parts might stick out for you more than others. It's probably one of those. So like rewatching it now, like where I am in my life and everything, you know, older, you know, wiser, I guess, in certain ways, different experience and everything. I might see it in a little bit different way than I did when I was the last time I watched it, which I think the last time I watched it like in full, it's probably about like 10 years ago or something like that, maybe. If not more, I don't know, but it would be kind of interesting. So we're supposed to build the legs first before the railgun side skirts, but I'm just kind of skipping ahead to do those here since I had the parts all together with the waist section. So if you guys don't mind a little bit of skipping around here, it's pretty much that we build these parts. I like the fact that on the side skirt here, this, sorry, I was kind of like off camera there. This part, which holds the beam saber handle, doesn't actually rotate. Some people might lament the fact that this part doesn't rotate. I kind of like it though, because that just, sometimes that extra bit of like articulation, it's kind of like when it comes to engineering and mechanics, right? Like the more moving parts you have, the more chances that something's going to break or something's not going to work correctly and whatever else. So sometimes just keeping it simpler ensures that everything's just going to work a little bit nicer. So here's our side skirt rail cannons. We'll put those on in a moment after building the legs. Zach, will you ever buy the Motoroid Zabongo? Probably not. I don't have anything against Motoroid. I've built a number of Motoroid kits. I like them. And don't really have anything against Zabongo. I'm just not a really big fan of the design. I don't know. Maybe my mind will change later on in life. It's kind of another one of those things. Maybe I'll be older and wiser and I'll appreciate the Zabongo design more. But at the moment, it just doesn't really appeal much to me. So I do want to put on this sticker. I was saying that I'm going to avoid most of the stickers for the time being, but because this one's it's going to be hard to put on later. It's on this little fin that kind of tucks into the back of the leg. If I don't put it on now, it's going to be very challenging to put on later. So I'm going to put this, but like I was saying earlier, if you guys are coming in later, I said at the beginning of the stream, most of the stickers I'm not going to put on at this point, just because this kit has so many stickers. I feel like probably some people are going to want to get this and not put all the stickers on it. So I want to be able to show it to you guys what it looks like if you do go like minimal stickers on it. And so on that note, that's what we're going to do. All right. Hey, what? Yay, Zoids. What? What are you talking about with Zoids? Zoids? There was the Zoids guy sack went up for pre-order. Yesterday? Today? Yesterday. Maybe it was either yesterday or today, but maybe yesterday. Yeah, the Guy Sack. What a name for a model kit, and what an interesting design for a model kit as well. Oh yeah, this is the one I had heard about. That Bandai did a really interesting kind of design for the C-clip here for the ankle. Indeed, very interesting. So yeah, the Guy Sack is that's like that Zoids little what do you call it? Scorpion design. I hope there will be a Zoids movie or show. I don't know about that. Yeah, Guy Sack, yeah. Zoids Guy Sack. Yep, check it out. I'm telling you, Zach, build Zoids too, please. Yeah, I don't like most of the reason why I don't build more Zoids kits is because mostly, like, usually the designs don't really do that much for me. Like, I enjoyed the show, like watching the show on Toonami when I was young, and there's some of the designs that I like, and I have built a couple of them. But it's just one of those that, you know, I build them from time to time when it's a design that I like, and just usually the rest of the time I just don't. But I actually do have, so I have the Liger Panzer, which I've had for a long time, and I have that at home, and so I will build and review that at some point. Why is there another leg part here that's in the wrong spot? Other than that, I do also have the Iron Kong PK kit, the pink Iron Kong kit, and that one was actually very generously given to me from Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya sent me, Kotobukiya US in particular, I should say, shout outs to them, gave me the Iron Kong kit to use for a upcoming live stream event, like a fundraising event, live stream that I want to do. So I'm planning that. Actually, I'm planning that probably for around the end of this month. So around the end of February, my birthday is going to be February 28th. It's going to be this year again. Interestingly, the same date that it was last year, but yeah. February 28th is my birthday, and so I'm thinking probably that'll be a good time, as good a time as any. This is something I talked about like at the end of last year, and I've just kind of been thinking about when would be a good time to do it. I figure I might as well just do it around the time of my birthday, I guess. No more waiting around. But yeah, doing a fundraising, live builds, live stream event anyway. So what I'm going to be doing for that, it's because it's going to be for both for like my family, because my wife has breast cancer now and is going through treatment. So what I want to do for that is to do a fundraising live stream where half of the proceeds will keep like for our own like family expenses because of what we were going through, and then half of the proceeds will donate to a breast cancer charity foundation, a breast cancer research charity. So for that, I'm going to be live building a couple of kits. I think probably 4 or 5, just kind of a all-day live stream, just building all day. One of the kits I wanted to build is that Iron Kong kit because it's pink. So they're all going to be pink kits. That's going to be the theme. Just because it's breast cancer, like the color for breast cancer is pink. So I have a couple of different pink model kits that I'm going to be building for that. And so yeah. It's a long way to get to, yeah, talking about building more Zoids kits. But yeah, we'll be building that Zoids kit, that Zoids kit live for that event. So yeah, was just one day away from being a leap year baby. Yes, I was, and I was born on a leap year. That's correct. 1988 was a leap year, and I was born like very early in the morning on the 28th though. So I was like, I think like 23 hours away. I think if I remember correctly, I was born like 1 a.m. or something on the 28th. So I was like close, but still a little ways away from being a leap year baby. But yeah, could have been. What a life it would have been if I had been a leap year baby. Yeah? I probably wouldn't even be here now. I would still be, let's do the math on that. How old would I be technically? I would be turning 8 this year. Is that right? No. 9. I would be turning 9 this year. Zach, you got the pink Zaku from Seed. Yes, that's another one of the kits that I'll be building. So, yep. Thank you, SD, for the best wishes. Thank you. We're all still praying for your healing here. Thank you, Christian. Thank you guys all very much. So, yeah, the pink, the master grade pink Zaku kit is one of the kits I'll be live building. Yep. So, I'll be building that. The pink Zoids Iron Kong kit. The HG Tyrann space type, I think it is the pink one. Yep, so there's a couple of pink HG kits that I'll be building for that. Sorry, pink model kits, not just HG. So I wanted to get like a good mix, like one MG, one HG. Instead of a PG, I have just the Iron Kong kit, which is sort of like a PG. It's a pretty big, very parts heavy kit. That's probably gonna undoubtedly take the most time to build, much more than the others. The HG and even that MG kit are probably going to be pretty quick builds. That Iron Kong is going to take a while though. So, yep, that's a project that I'll be working on. Yeah, very soon. So I need to kind of get to work on getting everything prepared for that. Oh, that's the other thing. The other kit was I knew that I was forgetting one. The other one is the version of the Megami Device Aikawa kit that is pink. Forget the exact name of the version. I have it there, but it's in front of it. There's a different box in front of it. I can't see what it is at the moment. Anyway, the other version of the Megami Device Aikawa, which is pink. Yep. So there'll be a little bit of everything. We got a Megami Device kit in there. We have a Zoids kit. We have an HG Gunpla, MG Gunpla, and then I think another one will maybe be like either like Kirby or Jigglypuff Bandai model kit. So like something really, really simple and easy as well. So we kind of have like the full spectrum of small little kits all the way up to big kits, just to give us some nice variety. So there's our body all done. On to the backpack. Do the Trans Am count as pink kits? No. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe. Oh, I should also mention, since I'm on the topic, and I mean, of course, I'll do like a full video and I'll talk plenty more about this later on. But since we're on the topic about this fundraising event that I'm planning, there will also be giveaways. So I've got a number of kits. Actually, Kotobukiya donated some kits aside from the Iron Kong for me to build during the live stream. They also sent some kits for me to give away. So during the live stream, I'll be, raising money, but also I have some kits that I'm going to be giving away as well. So we got some Kotobukiya kits that were sent by Kotobukiya. I also have a couple of other kits that were donated by other just friends of the channel. So yeah, it's awesome. Had a couple of people reach out and wanted to send in some kits for giveaway just to kind of help to support the event. So it's very cool. A couple of P Bandai kits, Gunpla stuff. So it's awesome. All right. Isn't Char's Zaku pink too? Yeah, I was actually considering the perfect grade Char's Zaku. And then I thought maybe just the MG Char's Zaku. But actually, I think just in place of either of those, I'm going to build the Iron Kong instead. That'll be plenty enough to fill the whole day. It's probably going to take like honestly, I don't know. I might be underestimating how long it's going to take to put together the Iron Kong kit. It's probably going to take like 4 or 5 hours just to put that kit together, to be honest. I don't know. I'll have to try to like really speed through the other builds to make sure I have enough time to get the Iron Kong put together. Yeah, so Just a Stranger said, will it be open for international? Yeah, it'll be open for international, yeah. Origin Char Zaku is definitely red. Yeah, it just kind of depends. There's different versions that are different colors. So. Okay, there's a couple more stickers I do want to put on these parts here as well, because they're little fins that get tucked inside, and so it'll be too difficult to get the sticker on later. So I'll just go ahead and put these on for now. But yeah. Still want to keep most of the stickers off. Right there. these little fins which actually tuck into the center part of the backpack, which is like the nose cone of the Gundam when it's transformed. Transformations are pretty goofy for these kits too, aren't they? You guys a fan? I don't know. Can't say that I'm too sold on the transformations here for these. They're very like Gundam Wing style, like very much just looks like a folded up Gundam, kind of goofy looking, but alrighty, let's see. Oh no. Let's see, are these the same? Yeah, they are. Okay, so what goes on here? It's like this, and this one's like this. Alright, I got it. Man, you know what I'm really craving all of a sudden? And I have no idea why. Miami Ice. I don't know if they have those anywhere else. I only know of Miami Ice from Kansas City. So if any of you guys live in Kansas City, that's where I went to university. And yeah, Miami Ice, so good. If you guys are, if you're living in Kansas City and don't know what it is, you definitely need to check it out. But if you're living in Kansas City, probably you know about Miami Ice, would be my guess. But super good. Wait a minute. Hey. Okay. It's like a. It's not slushy. It was like a. Oh shit! Hang on. Why can't I get this part right? That's like that. That's what. Okay. It's like a shave ice, but it has ice cream, like a soft serve ice cream at the bottom of it, if I remember correctly, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's like an Italian ice, I think, something like that. So I'm sure you can get it at other places. Just because I remember, like Miami Ice was the name of the place, like in Kansas City, in Westport. Super, super good. Man, I miss it. I miss Kansas City. It's a cool place. It's a good place to live. I'm gonna put this sticker on here as well, just because it's like a camera sticker here for the backpack. Again, just for the time being. Any other Kansas Cityans amongst us? I'm planning to go to KC this summer to catch a Royals game. What, Chris Jones, make a note of it now. I mean, I don't know how long you're planning on staying there, and there's a lot of cool stuff to see in Kansas City, so you might not have time. But if you're a fan, and if you get the chance, I don't even know if it's still there. I would assume it's still there. I don't know. Since the last time I've been there, I don't know, maybe it closed or whatever. But check it out. See if it's still around. There in Westport in Kansas City, there's Miami Ice, and go check it out. The whole area around there, it will be a cool place to go check out. I mean, like while you're in town. So I would recommend, whether you go to Miami Ice or not. If you're going to be there in the summertime, it would especially be a good time to get it. But whether you're going to get it or not, I would still recommend just going to Westport anyway, because it's probably like one of the nicer places to go in Kansas City. It's like, if anyone was going to Kansas City, I would recommend going to Westport anyway. But yeah, it's a cool spot. A lot of nice like restaurants and stuff there, basically. Restaurants and cafes, and it's a cool area. Where are these parts? That's here. There we are. Yeah, look it up. Dylan said, I've been to Kansas City once. It was because my grandparents took me to Legoland. Oh, is there a Legoland there? I didn't even know that. I'm not from Kansas, but I do live in Miami. Oh, there you go. Miami, Florida, I guess then. Yep. That's not too far from where we're at. Up here in Daytona Beach. And the Daytona 500 is coming up soon, so it has been noisy. We're like pretty close to the speedway here where we're at. Well, we're close enough that you can hear the cars on the tracks. So it's been crazy. Like lately, you can hear the cars like every day going on the tracks. They're doing like practice races and stuff there, I guess. Something like that. So let's see. This has a all these parts here for the wings have like a particular way of going on. Just trying to make sure I get everything just right. Don't want to make any mistakes now. Everything that goes on like in a certain way, and then like you turn it to lock it into place. These parts also, I think I'm gonna leave those off for the time being. So they're gonna be fine. Those will be easy enough to put on later. Like this and like this. Is that a Paradise City reference? I don't know about that. What's Paradise City? I don't know. No. If you're talking about like me, anything that I was saying was not a Paradise City reference because I don't know what that is. But just a Stranger Tale. Zach moved back to the U.S. somehow. Oh, just a Stranger Tale. Zach moved back to these. Oh, okay. Did someone not know that I moved back to the U.S.? Was that here in the chat somewhere? I missed it. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, the experience with using the site was nice. I'm just waiting to pre-order command. Oh, let's see. What are you talking about? Totally a ploy. Miami, Florida. By the way, I used to I order from USA Gundam Store a lot and get their shipments super quick. That's good. Aside from action, the movie does not look like it's for me. I mean, that's, I don't know. Yeah. I'd love to go for the Rolex 24 hours sometimes in the future. Maybe pick up a Gundam kit while I'm in town. What's that? Is that like one of the races or something, Nico? I don't know about that. The experience with using this site was nice. Just waiting for my pre-order to come in. Yeah. Guns N' Roses? What's that? As a Canadian, it seems odd that Kansas City is not in Kansas. Well, in fact, Eric, it is. There's like Kansas City is like right on the border. So there's Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. So yeah, Kansas City, Missouri is definitely the better one to go to. There's not really that much to like Kansas City, Kansas, or KCK, it's called. It's not really much reason to spend much time in KCK, yeah. But KCMO, the Missouri side, is good. That's where everything like anything you know about Kansas City is like on the KCMO side. But yeah, there is a KCK as well. It's just not, there's just not really much reason to go there. There's not really much going on over on that side. So, all right, let's see. This is also going to be ×2. Got these wing parts, and kind of just like with the MG, as far as I can remember, kind of cool how the parts kind of overlap over each other, the way these parts fit together. Let's see, to kind of keep everything straight here. Let's see what, yeah. Yep, Kansas is tricky. It's a tricky place. Yeah, not too much going on in Kansas City, Kansas, but I will say not too far over in Lawrence, Kansas, which is like a little bit further, is a good place to go like for live shows and stuff. Hang on, just a moment. Okay. The tornadoes mix everything up in Kansas, yeah. Take me down to the Kansas City where the ice is shaved and from Miami. Yep. Yep, there you go. All right. I want to finish these dang wings. I don't like it's, I don't want to say that I don't like, but it's such a slowdown when you get to like parts like this where like HG kits usually like really quick, you're like blazing through it, and then you get to this where it just like slows you to a halt for these parts. So to get everything in here correctly, let's see. So I got to make sure that everything's correct here. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, that is right. Yeah, okay. That's that. This one. This is also ×2, isn't it? Yeah, okay. This is also going to have to be ×2. we'll do for both wings. At least, I will say, at least the construction for the wings here is ×2, and it's not different for the left and right side. Because that's when it really, really slows you down, because then you can only build one at a time, and you have to make sure you can tell which part's which. I mean, like, I guess the good thing would be to not build in this particular way where you cut out all the parts ahead of time. That would save you some of the trouble. I should be able to put all these put all the stickers on later on, I think, without too much trouble, I think, right? I hope so. Heaven help us, if it's anything other than that. My local Gundam seller just moved to a new, bigger place. Opening day tomorrow. Hey, that's cool. What is it? Where are you? Oh. I also wanted to give a shout out. There it is. Someone messaged me about a, speaking of other cities, shout out to, for you folks in Baltimore. Someone messaged me to let me know about a local group there in the Baltimore area. So if any of you guys are in the Baltimore area and want to join for some live events, let me see. Let me get the name here for you guys. That's like build meetings, build like group gatherings. Let me see. I've got it here. That's not it. Hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna have to find it. What was that? Let's see. From Aaron, that's what it was. Aaron reached out to me. But why can't I find it? Here in the dang messages. Here it is. Okay. To follow. Here you go. Weston Harris Designs on Instagram. Here you go. To follow Weston Harris Designs on Instagram, if you guys are in the Baltimore area, because I guess they do different build gatherings and stuff. So here you go. Like that. There you go. If you want to be a part of that, check it out. So yeah, asked if I could give a shout out to let people know about their group. So yes, happy to do that. Let me get my focus back racked up here for us. There we go. Where were we? I don't know what's going on with the build here. So we have all these different sections, and I had to see how we even put everything all together. This is also going to be ×2. Fortunately, everything is ×2. Again, that definitely makes it a lot easier than having to do a left side and a right side. But all right. There should be another piece here. Where is it? Yep, underneath there. Figured it was hiding. Man. By the way, I just went to California last week, swung by Little Tokyo, so many model kit stores. It was like sensory overload with the kits. Picked up a Wave of Votoms kit. Very nice. Yeah, kind of interesting how the Wave Votoms kit stacks up against the Bandai model kit, huh? Kind of interesting. In my opinion, I mean, like, both of the kits have their pluses and minuses. I think depending on what you want. If you like are a fan of Votoms and you typically build like HG Gunpla and you want an experience, you know, similar and familiar to what you would get from building like a Gundam model kit, then Bandai's Bandai's Scope Dog kit is great for that. Just because it'll be very familiar, it's very easy build. And it works well. I mean, it's a good kit. That said, if you are a little bit more comfortable in like your, you know, like quote unquote modeling skills, and you're willing to put in a little bit more work on the kit, and especially if you're willing to paint the kit, then the Wave version is definitely probably the nicer one overall, I would say. But what do you guys think? If any of you guys have built the Bandai model kit, that is. I don't know. I don't know how well it's... Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. That is the right part. I put that on there, I'm like, oh no, that's not the right part. Yes, it is. Okay. Shouldn't doubt myself. Anyway, what did you guys think of the Wave Scope Dog kit? I don't know. Yeah, I was just a little bit disappointed that it wasn't nicer than it was. It wasn't bad by any means, but I wish that would have been a little bit nicer. It just kind of seemed like kind of low effort on Bandai's part. But they made it nice, but I mean, could have made it so much nicer. But then again, I guess it is like kind of it's very much the HG counterpart to what is essentially like an MG in their older 120 scale kits. Where does this part go? How did I miss putting this part on somewhere? What the fuck? Hang on. Where's this white part go? Oh, is it a part of the shield? That must be part of the shield. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say like, huh? What is going on? Alright. Anyway. The wings actually look pretty solid, unlike the RG ones. Yeah, I mean, like, so far, I mean, just from the build, I can say, I mean, they seem pretty nice. Yeah. You know, whether you want to go for the full sticker action or not. I mean, to be honest, without all the stickers on there, I mean, you're just basically missing out, for the most part, just like all like the white lining and everything. And honestly, I think it looks fine without that. So, yeah. There you go. What do you think? We still have the accessories here, so let's get on with that. Because then we've got some serious building to do on the Immortal Justice still yet. So we're going to get to that here in just a moment. Just want to also say shout outs to everybody in the chat. Jiku said only one shop around here as well, and no paint stores within 200 kilometers. Whew! So yeah, gotta get all your paint online. The head especially looks so good on the model kit. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you can tell that Bandai's really putting like maximum effort into the heads, just because like, you know, the head is gonna be the main. That's gonna be like the real focal point for the design, right? And that's where you're going to be putting most of the focus when you're looking at the kit, is the head. So it makes sense, like if there's any part of the kit that you're going to put like extra effort into on Bandai's part, it makes sense that it would be the head. So that's for sure. I just wish that they would extend that that amount of effort to the rest of the kit as well. I mean, I think that basically that would essentially turn it into like a miniature master grade, which would drive up the cost and would also kind of, I don't know, maybe people would like it as much. I don't know. But anyway, you get some people like complaining about the RG kits sometimes, especially with the recent RG kits, since they're not using the what is it? The RG frame. Since they're not using that like gimmick anymore as a part of the design, people have been sort of like complaining that they're just mini master grades now, which, I mean, I don't understand why that's a bad thing, but if HGs got to the point that they were, you know, as complex as they are in the head on a kit like this, if that was extended throughout the rest of the build as well, I mean, I think it's fair to say that it's basically like a mini master grade. Oh, and this is going to be interesting. This sticker that needs to wrap around this part here for the camera on the rifle needs to wrap all the way underneath, which it like barely reaches there. It's kind of odd. Interesting sticker design here for that. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. 15. I'm just gonna put the other stickers here on the rifle. So even though we were opted to not put the stickers on the wings for the time being, I will put them here on the rifle, just cause. And there's one more, 16 goes on the back as well. I'm surprised that there's even this many stickers for the rifle as well. I knew there was going to be a lot of stickers for the backpack. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stickers on the beam rifle. It's pretty crazy. No, wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Thought there was more, but it's just the other side, which I already counted. So yeah. That's a lot of stickers. Are these ones really different? 12 and 13? Yeah, I guess they are, huh? So which one goes on this side? 13. Okay. I prefer the gun without the blue accents. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you at all. It actually looks pretty good. I agree. Without the accents, you really kind of don't need that on there, but you know, it is what it is. Get on there just right. Oop. Okay. So, should I be using weathering oil before or after top coat? Interesting question. And the answer is yes. I don't really have any experience using oils. I've never dabbled into that. Just from what I know of the process, though, is that you are going to want to use top coat both before and after using the oils. So yeah. Yes. I think generally, and it just kind of depends on the paint they're using, I guess. If it's a matte finish paint, then you don't need to use top coat, because basically you don't want to be painting your oils on like a too glossy of a surface. And most paint, not all, but most paint just by default is going to be kind of glossy. So if that's the case, that your paint is just kind of naturally kind of glossy, then yeah, you are going to want to use some either probably matte coat or at least like semi-gloss, just to give you a little bit more texture to work on top of before you do your oil paints. And then you're going to want to, once everything is all done, in the end, you're going to want to put some more oil top coat on everything just to kind of seal everything in once everything's all done. So yes. Okay, B22 goes in here like that now. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, maybe not. It felt like these parts were like kind of loose and it was just gonna like swing open at any moment. Interesting for these parts here too. Okay. That these can slide. Oh, I did not realize that. It's interesting. These red parts on the front of the shield actually slide up and down. All right. Okay. That slides like that, and that one. It's gonna be kind of maybe a little bit easier said than done. Kind of tight, and don't want to damage the part, but there we go. That's on there. Connection piece like that. Unfortunately, the handle on the back side of the shield is just a molded in detail, not anything that is actually functional. And then our effect parts. The shield, the effect part for the beam shield is really cool. It's very similar like the Shin Burning Gundam. You have the same kind of effect, with the clear part. So it looks really nice. Much better than just like a plain clear part. So that's cool. All right, so the Rising Freedom is done, minus the bulk of the stickers, and I think it looks pretty awesome. Yeah, even without the stickers, it's mostly like the white lining on the backpack parts, but you kind of just don't really need that, do you? Even looking at it from the back, I mean, I think it looks fine as it is. It looks good like that. I think like in just a standing form like this, it is an Okawara design, but it does very much have that kind of Okawara look of looking a little bit kind of stumpy in just a standing form like this. It's going to look a whole lot better once you're able to like get it in the air and like posed up, and you can kind of extend out everything, just because I think like the head looks a little bit large and the legs are maybe a little bit short, kind of for like a standard Gundam design, but like posed up, I think it's going to look a lot nicer. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of interesting proportion wise, but it does look very much like an Okawara design, doesn't it? So kind of cool how they were able to keep it that close to the original illustration work, I think, probably. Anyway, there you go. Right here. Right there. Because, yeah, it does have typically pretty large head, and they're usually not like a Katoki style, very long in the legs. A little bit more kind of stumpy, larger upper body and very wide shoulders typically. So, yeah. All right. That's a wrap for one. And on to the next one. Immortal Justice. There we go. This thing looks awesome, Chris said. Yeah. And I want to say a shout out to Patrick as well. Patrick, what's going on, man? Thank you for hanging out, for coming to check out what's going on over here. Patrick recently donated a couple of things for the previous contest. Donated the massive MGEX kit. Right? Yes. And wait, or that was for this contest. Now I'm getting it all confused, Patrick. You're like, oh no, the last contest was. Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm getting it all mixed up now. Well, the P Bandai HD Lifrith Ju, he just sent to me for me to build and share with you guys. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, it was the MGEX was for the last contest. For this contest, yeah, it's the AUV Susanoo. This one. As a special prize, and that's going to be for a prize for the photo contest for the Toys and Tanks contest, which is ongoing. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, if you didn't hear about that, if you're hearing this for the first time and thinking like, what photo contest, what? Yeah, for the Toys and Tanks contest, which is ongoing, we decided to add a photo contest category to that. So if you guys maybe don't feel like, building a whole new like big custom project for a contest right now, and maybe you've got other stuff going on, or you just don't have the skills or the tools at your disposal to be able to build something for a contest, but you do have one of the kits and you would like to enter, and you're feeling a little bit more confident maybe in your photography skills, you can do that and make a cool photo to enter into the contest. So definitely check that out. Actually, I think so far we haven't really had too many contest photos submitted for the contest yet at all. So your chances of winning are pretty high at the moment. But I think we'll probably see some more coming in like as the contest is getting ready to wrap up. You still have till the end of March. So you still have over a month left for that. So if you guys are working on entry, whether it be a photo entry or a kit entry, still have plenty of time. Hopefully everything's going well for your entry and it's coming along well. I'm actually working, I posted a photo of something that I'm working on to just kind of work on alongside with you guys. Obviously I'm not eligible to win anything, but I wanted to just kind of work on something with y'all just for fun. And I posted a photo of that, but I'll have an actual work in progress video on that project is actually going to be the next video. So actually after this live stream, I need to finish editing that video. And so that should be the next video that you guys see here on the channel. In fact, interesting that the clear part for inside the head for the eyes and the head camera is green, but the camera stickers are blue. So I guess the eyes are supposed to be green, but the cameras on the front and back of the head are meant to be blue instead of green. So interesting. All right, close the head up and Got our fin up here at the top. No, way up here at the top. There we go. The yellow V-fin. I did also go ahead and remove the safety flags on this V-fin as well for both of these kits. I did that. There's no safety flag on the white part because it's not very like pointy. I was kind of half expecting there to be. There is like a detail on it which kind of looks like a safety flag there. I don't think that's supposed to be pointed, is it? It's supposed to be like that shape, isn't it? I think because it's like the same shape as like with the original Justice Gundam, right? Let me look. How does it look on the box art? Yeah, it's like that. It's not meant to be pointy. You could make it pointy though. I think that could look kind of cool. But again, love that part separation. Take a look at this. The part separation, even to like the Vulcans here on the side of the head, you have like that separate gray part feeds out to the side of the head there. So really, really nice color separation here for that. You can see there's that, camera sticker got kind of messed up there. I'm trying to fix that real quick. There we go. Little camera there at the top of the head and then at the back of the head. And it kind of seems like there's supposed to be one right here as well. Maybe that's just a detail of the design, but anyway, it wouldn't be too strange considering the Rising Freedom had the two on the back of the head, like one on like the top and the other one on the back. Okay. Torso. I gotta go. Want to build it blind. See ya later. Oh yeah, totally understand that. If you're planning on building a kit for yourself and you don't want anything like spoiled for you, I can understand that. It's kind of like watching a movie without seeing the trailer first kind of deal. I absolutely understand that. All right. Let us then move on. Ask Zaku, what kit you dismissed but regret not buying because out of print? Good question. Because I'm sure there is one. Uh-oh, hang on, let me make sure I put that right on there. I think I managed to, actually. No, I didn't. Should be facing that way. I wonder if maybe that's what I did wrong on the Freedom. I think I'll... Oh no! Okay. Dropped that piece, but fortunately caught it and was able to see right where it landed. A kit that I regret not getting. Yeah, I'm sure there's some that I maybe can't think of. There's ones, I think there's definitely like more examples, just because I can think of more just right off the top of my head. More examples of kits that at the time when I got the kit, I wasn't like that hyped on it, and I thought like, I don't know, like I want to get it like just to review, but I don't know if it's like really a kit that I'm really gonna be like that excited about really. And then it ended up being like a pretty hard kit to get, and like I ended up really liking the kit more than I expected to, and now it's a really hard kit to find, so I'm glad that I got it when I did, even though I wasn't initially like that psyched on it. There's a number of examples like that. One of them like that immediately comes to mind would be like the A to Z Gundam, which was like that Amazon exclusive HG kit. Like I ended up really, I thought, you know, it's just like a kind of gimmick release and it looks kind of goofy, but like that's one that I was very glad that I ended up getting, just because I think it's probably a difficult one to get now if you're looking for it. So I'm glad I have it. I haven't done anything else with it since the review, but someday I will. That would be an example of that one. There was also another one, I can't even think of the name of it off the top of my head now. What was the name of that one? It's like a Build Fighters kit. It was like a dark blue and orange kind of color. I can't think of it. And it's like sort of like Zeta-esque, I guess, like in the same way as like the A to Z Gundam was also kind of based on the Zeta. There's another one too. What was the name? I'm gonna have to look it up. Gonna have to look at what the name of that one was. I can't think of it suddenly. Build fighters. Let's build fighters. Try. Yeah, there it is. What was it? Shining Break. Yeah, the Gundam Shining Break was another one that I was really happy with. I liked quite a lot, and I was glad to have that. I don't know if it's been reprinted or not that much, but anyway, it was a cool design. Ended up liking a lot. So yeah. There's our torso. Again, really nice. The color separation on that. Very, very nice. Our waist section. I'm actually going to skip over the arms and skip right to the waist section here real quick, just because. Also, going to clip our front skirts here, which are, these are like the most basic ass front skirts on a modern HG that I've seen. No part separation or anything else at all interesting going on with these front skirts. Very simple, but it is what it is. It's a pretty minor aspect of the design overall. When you have like as much detail and part separation, everything going on like the body and the head and other aspects, front skirts I don't think are necessarily going to stand out. Interesting hip hip design here for these ones as well. I'll show it off more in the review, but the way that they've changed the like hip design is also, I think, really nice. There we go. Does that also move up and down? No, it kind of looks like maybe it would, but I don't think that it does. All right, got that and that, and our side skirts are basically just these little guys, and the beam boomerangs connect onto the side skirts. So let's see, this one, like that. So you have to make sure that you have the left and the right side on there correctly. I saw a video yesterday, just randomly, I don't know, it was kind of weird that it was, it's like one of those situations where you like talk about something and then it feels like your devices are listening to you, because then when you go onto YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and then it's like suddenly suggesting stuff to you that's like what you were just talking about. Yeah, it was one of those. Like just after I had done like the unboxing, I was recording with the unboxing for these kits. Went on and I was just working on them, and I got recommended a video on YouTube, which was a video review for this kit. And it was from a Gundam channel, like a Gunpla review channel that I've come across before. I think he's Japanese. I'm not entirely sure though, but it's like a channel where all the like voiceover is done with like an AI voiceover. I don't know if he has the AI actually like write it, or he writes the script and then he has the AI read it out loud. Just because, yeah, I think he's either Japanese or he might be some other nationality. There's Japanese there's like Japanese subtitles on the screen, and like the voiceover is in English. But like, I don't know about, it's like I went to the comments on the video and I expected like all the comments to be like talking about how weird the voiceover sounded, but like none of them were. It seemed like everybody's cool with the odd sounding voiceover, and they were just kind of enjoying the video, which is awesome. But for me, like I was just like really off put by the voiceover. It was so odd. But I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm just old. I think it's probably like a generational thing, like younger generation are maybe just getting like to be like a little bit more used to AI stuff, and then like with all sorts of like what do they call it? I'm just making myself sound incredibly old now. What do they call that thing with the people and doing that live streaming with the avatar? It's like HoloLive is I keep thinking of HoloLive. That's not what it's called though. Anyway, fucking, you know what I'm talking about? I'm just like drawing a blank right now. Sorry. Yeah, VTubers. There you go. With like AI and VTubers and stuff and everything, I guess like just younger audiences, I think, generally are maybe just like not as off-put by it's like a AI voiceover on a video, but like for me, I don't know, it was weird. I didn't care for it. Text to speech, yeah. We are all getting old, almost 37. Don says, yeah. Don, is that Don Pelton of KCAI? Don Pelton? Seriously? As in, like, my friend from college, Don Pelton? Is that you, Don? I did not know. I know, like, one of my friends from college, like, watches my Gunpla content. He's into Gunpla recently, but if that is the same Don that I was friends with in college, I did not know. Would not have expected to see him here. You got it. Oh, hey, what's up, man? That's funny. I don't know what brought you. I don't know how you ended up here on a live stream. Maybe you just saw my post on Instagram or something like that, I guess, eh? But hey, what's going on? Glad to be streaming. So cool to see you. Yeah, man, it's cool. Are you still in Miami? Because I don't know if you know this, but I moved back to the US a couple years ago now. I'm up here in Miami, in Daytona. I think you knew that. I think we talked about that, haven't we? No, we haven't kept in touch that well. But I mean, like, I see your stuff like on Instagram and everything. I assume, obviously, you see my stuff on Instagram from time to time too. But yeah, man, I'm up here in Daytona. I've been getting into Hunter x Hunter, etc. Yeah, I'm still here. That's awesome. That's cool. But if I'm ever checking out Miami down there, I'll let you know. You're the only one that I know, I think, that lives there. I have a couple of friends that live over, like one friend in particular, and like all of his family that live over on the other side, in like Sanibel, Fort Myers area. But from Miami, it's just you. Daytona, I don't live in Daytona. I work in Daytona. I live nearby, actually, the next city over in Port Orange, where it's a lot nicer than in Daytona. Daytona's fine, and there's cool stuff to do in Daytona and everything else, but yeah, it's definitely a nicer living in Port Orange area. Infernal Saxon, thank you for the super chat there. I like the Justice over the Freedom aesthetically. Yeah, there's a lot of things, I don't know, to like. Actually, the different other versions of the Justice, like the original Justice and the what's the other one? The other upgraded version. I don't really like all that much. There's certain aspects of the design that I like and certain aspects that I don't. But yeah, between the two, there's definitely some really cool aspects to enjoy about this one. It's much more unconventional Gundam design compared to the Rising Freedom. Infinite Justice, yeah, thank you. Been to Daytona for conventions like CEO. I try to spend as little time in Daytona as possibly can. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's fine for certain things, yeah. I'm gonna take my motorcycle to Daytona. Awesome. Yeah, come on, man. Come say what's up. What's the best seed kit for you? What's the best seed kit? Actually, someone asked me this just like on Instagram message the other day, yesterday or something. What would be some like some of the best seed kits that I would recommend? And honestly, just like any of the MG kits. Maybe not like the first couple, but any of the, like from the Aegis, Buster, Blitz, from those onward, including like any of like the MG Astray kits and everything. The MGs are probably the best way to go. The HGs, unfortunately, came out at a time when HGs weren't really great yet. So the HGs are kind of like, nah. They're just so-so. The RGs, I don't know. I've built the Freedom and the Destiny RG, and I wasn't impressed at all. That was a while back. That was a long time ago. So I don't know. Maybe if I were to rebuild them again, maybe I would think differently about them now. But I've heard from other people as well that generally the consensus seems to be from a lot of builders that nobody's really too impressed with the RG seed kits, except for the what's the new one? The Impulse Gundam. So I didn't build the Impulse Gundam when it first came out, but I am planning on getting the new version of the Impulse, which actually just came out. So I actually should have that coming pretty soon. So you guys, I'll probably do a live build of that once I get that in, which is the new version, which is basically just a recolor of the Impulse. And so I definitely want to check that out, just because I've heard very good things about it. So I think, other than the Impulse, the RG seed kits, I think are not that great. Just go for the MG kits. The MG kits are really nice, especially the newer ones. Yep. Mr. Bobobo said the Force Impulse is goated. So yep, there you go. It's confirmed. I'm in the middle of building the HG. Oh yeah, I should also, yes, that's a very good point. I should mention the HGCE seed kits. Yeah, the Revive HG kits are fantastic. So yeah, those are really good. I mean, like the old HG kits that came out like early on, when like seed was still going on and like when it was like the big thing, like the mainline seed kits are not very good. But yeah, any of the like newer Revive kits are really, really good. So there's like the Freedom, Strike Freedom. There's the Impulse, I believe, as well, right? Because then they used that to make a couple other different variants, wasn't it? Yeah, the Destiny. So those would be good options as well, for sure. Okay, and then come back and get everything else. I kind of like them being brick kits. You're talking about like the old HGs? Yeah, for me, the thing with the old HG kits is not so much that they're bricks or that they're like the articulation is bad or anything like that. It's more so just that the proportions, like the design, the proportions just look very ugly, in my opinion. So that's a completely subjective opinion on those. But I think generally, I mean, like if you're just asking me for a general opinion, I think there might be some people that appreciate the looks or the feel or whatever of the old HG seed kits, but I think generally speaking, based on kind of what I know, Gunpla fans are typically looking for, I don't think that I could necessarily recommend the old HGs. Agree that the proportions were awful. Yeah. The proportions were not good. So that's been like really disappointing. I've talked about this before. It's been like a point of great disappointment for me a lot, because a lot of those old seed HG kits are like really cool designs, especially some of like the seed MSV designs. Like what is it? There's like the different versions of like the Jin, for example. There's like the reconnaissance Jin and stuff like that, like the humability type Jin. So like really cool designs, and like the box art, when you see them at the store, the box art looks really cool. And then when you look on like onto the bottom of the box and look at like the photos of what the actual kit looks like, and it's like, oh yeah, the proportions are like really bad. It looks really ugly. So it is unfortunate, for sure. Actually, I was just looking at the Dom Trooper kit yesterday, and we were just talking about this. Like, look at the box art for the HG Dom Trooper kit, and then look at the photos of what the kit itself actually looks like. On the box art, it's like got the big massive bazooka, and it looks really super cool, and it looks like the bazooka is humongous. But when you look at like the actual photos of the kits, the bazooka just looks like this puny little thing that he's holding. It's like smaller than like a Zaku bazooka. Yeah, if you're ever interested in getting any of those like HG seed kits, just make sure that you look at photos of what the actual kit looks like, and don't just go off the box art, because the box art's very deceptive on those. Does this channel have an emblem like Shar Aznable? Are you talking about the channel that I was talking about earlier with the voiceover? I'm sure you guys have probably seen it around, because it seems like the videos are like pretty popular from what I saw. And like I said, it's like the second or third time that I've like come across the channel. I'm not subscribed and I don't like watch regularly, but I've just come across it from time to time. I've talked about this before, that I usually don't watch like other Gunpla content, like hardly ever, just because it's just one of those things, like it's what I do all day, every day. It's not like what I consume as well. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, I don't know. But recently, YouTube has been suggesting loads of Gunpla content to me from like channels that I've never heard of and like that I've never watched before, but it'll just be anything that's like Gunpla related. So it'll be like recommended videos, recommended like Gunpla videos, and it's like a Gunpla review or something from some channel that I've never heard of before, I've never seen, and the review has like 150 views. Like, I don't know why YouTube's recommending this to me, but I've been checking them out. Like, not every time that it's like recommended, not every time I come across it, but I've been checking out some of these other channels because, like I said, it's just kind of, I think I talked about this on a different live stream recently that just for whatever reason, YouTube has been recommending me other different Gunpla content, and you know, as a Gunpla content creator, it's kind of good to just kind of see what other people are doing, what's kind of going on in that community at large. So yeah, I check some stuff out from time to time when I can, when it's recommended to me. And if you guys have recommendations, of course, you know, let me know. Or if you make content yourself, want to recommend yourself, you can, you know, send me a link. Sometimes I get that. People will send me a message and say, hey, I'm just starting out on YouTube. Can you give me some pointers, like with my videos? What would you recommend? From time to time, I get those messages as well. So yeah, if that's you, feel free to reach out anytime. Happy to give my 2 cents. Oh man. It's nice that these kits, that the build is very similar between the two, but it's not so much that it just feels like building the same kit twice. But it's familiar enough that like building them back to back like this, I'm able to kind of be pretty familiar with how the build's going, that it's pretty easy. Quick, I guess is what I should say as well. This part's kind of funky though. I want to be a little bit careful with that. Here in the upper arm. All right, YouTube is going through your search history. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I had a certain Gunpla content. I hear certain Gunpla content give you brain rot though. Oh man, that's true. That is true. Not really so much on YouTube though, at least not that I've seen, Chris. Definitely on other platforms that can be the case for sure. So just be careful with that. But on YouTube seems to be usually generally pretty safe. And yeah, like I said, I've come across some cool stuff. We should definitely get a new HG Aegis from Bandai now. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm sure it's probably just a matter of time. A matter of when and not if. So, I'm sure it's coming. Alright, there's our main body. And yeah, very similar to the Rising Freedom, that the head feels a little bit large for the kit. For sure. I don't know if you guys would agree. I think it'll look a little bit different, you know, once you have it actually posed up, but just as it is. Turning off YouTube history is a must. Yet they still track your data for research. Yeah, I think that would be probably a good idea. Because like sometimes I feel like this, like I'll watch one thing and then like for like the next week, like half of my recommendations is just like stuff related to like the one video that I watched, and it's like, yo, look, YouTube, I wanted to see that video, but it's not like that's representative of everything that I want to see for, you know, the next whatever amount of time. So yeah. I've been burnt out on Gunpla for more than a year now. Any recommendations for a fresh and new kit to start? Calvin, you're asking me for like a fresh Gunpla kit to start on, or like something other than Gunpla? Because it'd be a different answer for that. hot and fresh Gunpla kit to recommend though. Like, these are cool. Excuse me. These kits are cool. I feel like there's probably some other stuff too that I could recommend. I'd have to think about it. I feel like I just built something recently that I was like super hyped on, and I would definitely recommend to you, but I, at the moment now, can't think of what it is. I'd have to go back through like what videos I've put out recently, figure out which was the one that I'm trying to come up with. On an unrelated note, I'm starting to fall down the Kamen Rider rabbit hole. I said, oh, that's one that I've managed to not even come close to starting to fall down. I still just have no interest at all in Kamen Rider. I don't know if I ever will. I think it's just something that's never really gonna appeal to me. I don't know. Let me ask you though, No Name, like when you were young or at any point like in your life, were you interested in like Power Rangers or Super Sentai, that kind of stuff? Because like for me, I never was. Like I'm definitely of that generation where like a lot of people my age like were like, Power Rangers was definitely a thing when I was young, but I never got into it. So I feel like maybe that's a part of the reason why I've never really gotten into like any other kind of Kamen Rider or anything like that, because I was never into Power Rangers as a kid, which I know it, like it's not that, but it's kind of like similar, right? I don't know. What do you think? I was once interested in Super Sentai, but then grew out of it. I mean, yeah, this part, ooh, very, I don't know. I thought that was feeling loose, but for some reason, maybe the left and right side is different. Let's see, it's E10, and the other one is E11. Okay, so I guess it is a left and the right side issue, I guess. Okay. Wing time. So first, I'll put this little white bit on here. And then this part. Not Power Rangers, but Kamen Rider and Go Ranger. Go Ranger? Yes, still am. Yeah. Do you like superhero stuff? Yeah, like superhero stuff. Also, like comic books, stuff like that. Like I watch, like I've watched and very much enjoyed like all like the Marvel movies and everything. But I've never really been that much into like superheroes, comic books, stuff like that. Kamen Rider, anything Power Rangers, anything like that. You know, I've just never really been that into any of that stuff. So I think that's kind of why I've just not really ever gotten into the Kamen Riders model kits either. For me, but click. Okay. And click question mark. That looks something odd. I'm supposed to turn that, I guess. Oh yeah, I was supposed to turn that at some point and I kind of missed the memo. Anyway, we build the center part, not yet here. Where do those stickers go? I think all the stickers go on the shield, I guess, isn't it? Looks to be the case. Okay. What was your mecha you loved? Oh, so yeah, so like mecha would have just been Gundam. Would have just been like my introduction, like on Toonami. Gundam, and that's pretty much it. Like what any other like Toonami shows like that had mecha in it that I would have seen would have been like Big O, I mean, which I like. And what else? I've never been into like Escaflowne. I know that was another one. Zoids, yeah, Zoids. Like I said before earlier, when someone was asking about Zoids, like I watched the show, I enjoyed the show, but I never really, never been, you know, as far as the kits go, you know, some of the kits appeal to me and some don't. So the ones that do appeal to me, like I'm interested in, but so that's just like when it comes to the Zoids model kits, it's just like a subjective thing, like depending on the design. So I mean, I think a lot of it just comes down to the design. Like I've never been into like Ultraman is another one, but I have really enjoyed some of the Ultraman model kits from Bandai Figure Eyes standard line. So I think for that, it's just a case of it's just designs that I happen to find to be cool. designs that I like the way that they look. So that's why I'm a fan of some of those kits. There's some that I haven't picked up because I'm not necessarily I don't think I could say it's just like a blanket statement that I love all of them. But like most, yeah, I like the designs of those kits, so they're really cool. So I guess like in theory, if there was a Kamen Rider kit that I really liked the design, I would be interested in checking it out. But I just don't I don't think, unless like, because the new like the Ultraman kits are based off of like the new series or whatever, right? And unless Kamen Rider gets some kind of like new series like that, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where those kits are going to appeal very much to me, unless they get like that kind of new series. Okay, so these are, yeah, that is going on there kind of strangely, isn't it? Okay, like that. Okay, all right. Oh, let's not forget to put the cap on the top of the wing here and be done with the backpack. Very nice. So we went from a backpack with the Rising Freedom that has loads of stickers to this backpack, which has no stickers at all. So we do still have some stickers. I think they're mostly all on the weapons, all on the shield primarily. This is going to be kind of tricky. Let me see here. Backpack, there we go. Oh, that part's going to come off. I don't really like the center of the backpack here, which looks like an airplane nose cone, which I know it's like supposed to transform, and that's what it's meant to look like, I guess. But it's a little bit too on the nose, looking like a nose cone of an aircraft. It's kind of goofy looking. The wings look great. That center part though, it's not so much. Especially because like if you look at the kit from the top, it's just this hollow space there. Yeah, it's kind of goofy looking. But there's the Gundam anyway. All right. Patlabor is awesome. Patlabor is one, yeah, I've never seen. The mecha is kind of cool, and I'm sure I would enjoy the show if I watched it. I've just never taken the time to watch it. Dugram, Votams, these are the ones too. Like, I enjoy the kits well enough just because I like the design, but I've never seen the show. No. Can you compare it to Savior Gundam? This one? I don't have the Savior Gundam, unfortunately. Dunbine? Yeah, Dunbine, not so much. I think what the thing is for me is that I don't like I don't like fantasy stuff so much as I like sci-fi and like mecha kind of stuff. So like Dunbine, obviously it's getting more into like fantasy looking with its more kind of like organic bug looking kind of designs with it. And that's, I think, like one of the reasons why I've never really been quite as into like 5-star stories as well either. Like I'm interested in like some of the 5-star stories kits are kind of cool. Some are a little bit too fantasy leaning for my taste. So same thing with like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, these kind of those like fantasy IPs. I just don't like as much as my sci-fi stuff. So that's where my preferences lie. And so like some people will ask me too, like if I've ever been into like Warhammer kind of model kits, miniature models. And yeah, same answer for that. I don't really like it just because there's too much like fantasy stuff in there, which is just not for me. And I know that in like Warhammer, there is like some factions or whatever. I don't know what the right word for it would be, but anyway, there's some models or factions or whatever in Warhammer that are like mecha stuff and just like robots and mecha, like robot sci-fi kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just not for me. So far, I've never really come across anything that I felt like that I was actually really interested in working on. That explains Escaflowne. Yeah, same thing with the Escaflowne. Why it just never really appealed much to me. To be fair, like I've never like sat down and watched it. Maybe if I did watch it, I would enjoy it. I'm sure I probably would, just like as a series. But the whole like fantasy aesthetic of it is just kind of what makes me not really interested in even checking into it. So, Tau Mechs, yeah, I know that's one of the Warhammer, the Tau series, right? Yep, just not for me. I don't know. I also feel like I have enough like varied interest in terms of like model kits, just in the things that I am into, like between Gunpla and then like everything else, like the Mecha Musume kits and like some of the Votoms kits, some of the Dugworm kits, Machining Krieger, and frame arms and everything else. Like, there's plenty of things that I'm into when it comes to model kits, and like model kits that I'm like really a fan of, that I really don't need any other kind of model kits to be into. So that's another part of it too. I think that like looking at some of those Warhammer kits, like maybe I'm sure like I could find kits in the Warhammer series that kind of fit my general like aesthetic taste, but I just don't need anything else to buy and collect and add to my to-do wish list kind of thing, you know what I mean? So we got a couple of stickers here, just like with the Rising Freedom. The rifle is pretty sticker heavy, and although we didn't have any stickers on the backpack, we do have some stickers here for the inside of the like the fold-out wing parts of the shield here, as you can see. So that's just what I'm putting on here so that we can get this shield all put together. And yeah, almost done. So there's also the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what that is. Sorry to say. I'm not sure I'm really sold on the shield designs of either of these Gundams. Like, those are big, very thick, chunky shields that they have, which I don't know if I'm necessarily really a fan of, but the beam rifles are pretty cool. Beam rifle designs. I agree with what was said earlier about, like, I think they look better without the color accents on there. Yeah, just being in just white and gray I think is fine for the beam rifle designs, because they are really nicely detailed there. The shields, I don't know, it's kind of have this big, thick surfboard kind of design to both of them that I'm not sure I'm that big of a fan of, but that is going to be it for these kits, for the two kits. What do you guys think? Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Like, I pulled it over the manual in a strange way. I'm not going to get it back how it's supposed to be. I don't know. Let me see if I can figure it out. There we go. Close enough. All right. So, it's a good one there. Datamouth, thank you again for the super chat there. Gotta go. When is the fundraising stream? Oh, so yeah. So like I said, I'm planning on doing that at the end of this month, which would be my birthday is the 28th. I don't think I'm going to do it on my actual birthday, because I think for the stream day, I'm planning to probably, it'll probably like start from first thing in the morning and go to probably like later in the evening. Normally, I only stay here in my office until 5. 5 is like the closing time for us here. On that day, I'll probably be staying later than 5. So I don't want to do that on my actual birthday, because I think my family will probably go out for dinner. I think so. It'll probably be on maybe like the Monday right before. I think my birthday is on a Tuesday, 28th, and I think the 27th would be a Monday. So maybe on that Monday, I think the 27th is what I'm planning at the moment. So yeah, I need to work on that. Probably this weekend I'll kind of finish doing like kind of all the mental preparation planning, as far as like figuring out, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then next week I'll roll out all the details for you guys with I'll have a video talking about it, and I'll put out some like images and stuff, just kind of showing you guys what are some of the giveaway prizes and all the information about that and everything. I'll have to sort out all like the logistics of it. I already talked to my accountant about how to manage the actual like fundraising aspect of that, so it's pretty straightforward how that'll all work out, I think. So should be good. Anyway, should have that to roll out for you guys next week. Yeah. Could you do a react to 40k mech designs provided by your fans? So you mean like Revan, just to understand, so you mean like you're gonna send me some images of some different 40k mech designs and you want me to just like give my reaction to them? Sure, yeah. Interesting idea. You can send me some and I can take a look at that. Oh, so I want to show this to you guys. So I asked this, I'm getting ready to also roll out some new t-shirt designs. Just before we wrap up here, while I have you guys, before we wrap up, we're getting ready to roll out some new t-shirt designs too, and asking a couple of artists to do artwork of like custom Gunpla that I've done. And one of them is here. I want to be sure to show you guys here. Is Afia, and yeah, asked them to make image artwork of my God Gundam. I recently completed like custom build of the God Gundam. Just want to show you guys, just in case you're unaware. Like, this is the kind of artwork that he does. This kind of chibi, simple style, like mobile suit artwork. So here's like a couple of different examples that are like that. Anyway, so I asked him if he could do one for me. And yeah, he's working on one. So he sent me the test sketch for the God Gundam that I made, which is going to be pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to that. The other one is cute chibi artwork of my Barbatos, MGSD Barbatos. I'm gonna see if I can tilt. It's connected to the base, so I should be able to tilt it down without messing it up. Without it falling off. Anyway, yeah, my blue MGSD Barbatos. I have cute chibi art of that for a t-shirt design as well. It's gonna be coming up. So do you stream on Twitch also? So David, yeah, this is like, it's multicasting to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I don't ever just do like exclusive Twitch streaming. Anytime I'm ever doing live streaming, it's like this, where it's just streaming to both, or it's exclusively YouTube. But anytime it's a live build, then it'd be to both. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Happy Friday, happy weekend, you guys. I'm going to enjoy this weekend, just kind of resting, taking it easy, gonna go spend some time with the family, and next week is going to be, last thing I will tell you guys, because I know people have been asking me about it, is that part 2 of the How to Paint Gunpla series, which is the part of the actual painting of the Gunpla. So part 2 came out like a month ago, and that was going over like all the prep work on the entry grade La Gundam. People have been asking, where's part 2? Part 2 is, today I wrapped up all the recording for that video. So next week, and hopefully like early in the week, so like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, I should have for you guys part 2 of that series, How to Paint using spray cans. So there'll be part 2, and then there'll be part 3, which will be the finish work on that kit. And then after that will be how to paint with airbrush. So anyway, just an update, because yeah, people have been asking me, where's part 2? And sorry that it's taking some time to roll out part 2 of that series for you guys, but it's been kind of a lot going on. But anyway, so that's coming up. I think that's the last thing I need to remind you guys about. Again, just a reminder about the Toys and Tanks contest, the Kotobukiya Maro toys and the Nachin kits is what you can use for those. We've got around, I think, 80 or so entries so far for that contest. And again, it's separated into the 2 categories. So I can say right now, without checking for sure, it's definitely a lot more entries in the Nachin side so far than the Maro Toys side. So if you guys want to enter the contest, you still have plenty of time. You still have a month and a half for that. If you're going to be entering on the Maro Toys side, I can tell you right now, you're going to have less competition so far. But I think just based on kind of how contests generally go, it's still going to be pretty tough competition, because we usually get some really, really great entries. So I'm sure there's going to be some pretty tough competition for the top winning spots, but there's going to be So far, we have it. I think it was as 2 winners in each of the categories so far. So it should be great. But yeah, check that out. And if you don't feel like building something for that contest, or like doing a custom model or something, you can just enter in the photography category for that contest as well. So check that out. And thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Great to build these HG kits. They're a lot of fun. So check them out. Both of them are still, like I said at the start of the stream, on the way, at least for us here at USA Gundam Store. They're on the way, I think, probably about 2 weeks out from what I heard earlier today. So I believe they're both still available for pre-order at the moment. I would have to check to be sure, but I would imagine so, that you could pre-order both or either of them if you wanted to. So check them out if you want to. There at USA Gundam Store. And thank you guys for hanging out. Fun day. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.